of an idea what it's like to have some of the representation here. It'd be good to have the show versus the alternative.
Yeah. So I'll give her a chance to say something. We're live on camera right now, just so you know. And call everybody here in a second. Hey, so I'm gonna. I'm gonna run through some details.
Well, we had to take the road back from the state.
Yeah.
It's a little bit interesting. So Rob, did you have me saying something? I was going to say a little something.
Yeah. It's not on here, but I was gonna make these remarks and then call you up and then call Michelle up.
Thanks for coming, Grover. Not that you don't come to everything. I'm not, Do I sit? Do I get to sit?
You get to sit.
All right, so this is how we check it.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. This day's it's a much nicer day than when we had originally scheduled this a few weeks ago, and so I'm glad we were able to reschedule and the weather cooperated this afternoon rather. I'm Commissioner Robert Bender for District 4. This is part of my area, and very excited to be here to do the official ribbon cutting of Olive Road and a little bit of the amenities that we've added. I'd like to start first off with introductions. We have former County Commissioner and current Mayor of Pensacola, Grover Robinson. We also have House District 1 Representative Michelle Salzman. And then we have a lot of staff that were included in this project. We have our engineer Joy Jones, Christine Fanchi, Rob McCracken, John Rosenau, Bryce Greenfield, Wes Moreno, Michael Rhodes, Laura Cole, and David Hero. We also have TJ Williams, and then we have the District 4 intern, Eddie Pittman's around here, right here. We have former employee Chris Kerb, and then we also have, as here, who plays a big part of this community, Bonnie Wooten with the Ferry Pass Neighborhood Association. We also have a number of people that were involved in this project from Panhandle Paving, Mike Long, Jerry Long, Ryan Long, also from Mott McDonald, Frank Tucker, Mike Gunn, and Charlie Brown. Other entities that were involved in this that aren't able to make it today are DRMP Designs and Roads Inc. So we thank them for their involvement with this project. A little history on the project. It started over 10 years ago with design. It took over 10 years from design to ribbon cutting at a cost of over $12 million. The project began under Mayor Robinson in October 2011 when the board awarded a design contract to DRMP. In May 2012, the lengthy real estate acquisition began, and in February 2015, Phase 1 of Olive Road Multi-Lane Reconstruction and Drainage Project was awarded to Roads Inc. On March 15th, 2018, Phase 2 of the Olive Road Multi-Lane Reconstruction and Drainage Project was awarded to Panhandle Grading and Paving, and now we're here today celebrating the completion of the project. One of the aspects of this wasn't just a road project, it was a drainage project as well, and now we're turning it into an amenity project for the community. The retention pond behind me was a big part of this project in getting the water that was coming down Olive and around Olive into the homes, giving it a place to go. Putting a 60-inch pipe, moving the water east and out of here was a big part of this. And then, as we see throughout the country, when you have a drainage project or a reclamation project, you turn it into amenity for the community. And so we've done the walking path. We've come in and we've added the parking here so that people can drive over and enjoy the amenity. And then in talking with our Parks and Recreation Department, we're not finished. We're going to add some exercise equipment out here. And we're also going to add a playground and maybe some other amenities for this area to really make this a nice park for the neighborhood. So we're excited to get that done. We're probably about a year away for total completion for that. But we saw how much the neighborhood's taken a liking to this area, and we think this is a great spot to add some additional amenities. So I'm happy to do that and happy to be working with our Parks Department to do that. I've seen a lot of you out here using it already, which is great to see. That's why we want to do it, is see the community out here, have an amenity for them and seeing them use it. I know I remember being at one of the Ferry Pass Neighborhood Association meetings when the cones that were on Olive Road for so long got removed, and I think I heard a couple of residents talk about how they missed their turn because they didn't recognize Olive Road without the cones. This was a large project for Escambia County. It was not something that it was something that we had to get the funding for over multiple years. We didn't have it fully funded. We knew the money would be there, but we had to wait for it to come, and so it did take a little bit longer. This was a large project for us, but it would not have been started. It wouldn't have been completed, and without the hard work of Mayor Robinson in working with the state in acquiring the road and pushing the project forward. So I would like to call Mayor Robinson up to say a few words and thank him for his dedication to this project and getting it started. Thank you.
Robert, thank you very much. I tell you what, if we had done this before on another day, we wouldn't have had the band. So I was impressed. I said, boy, Escambia County has upped their game since I left. They get bands now for these ribbon cuttings. So this is a great day to be here. Couldn't be a better day. A little windy, but it's just an awesome day. When you enter public service, you do so to make a difference. In 12 years of my service as county commissioner, I consider the improvements on Olive Road to be my second greatest accomplishment after securing the funding for the Restore funding. At the time and energy that took to get the project going and finished is certainly somewhat immeasurable, and I'm so excited to see the final project for Olive Road that it will become Escambia County's first complete street. And I'm so glad to see a vital connector in our community become a safer avenue for drivers, bicyclists, and pedestrians when you look at what happened here. Olive Road, when I came into office in 2006, was a state road. It was essentially a two-lane road, and as you know, any of you that drove it, every road was offset because everybody that had to make a left-hand turn had to stop, and it stopped up traffic. We came in and said we were going to make a difference. It was a state road. This project, while it said started in 2010, I believe it actually started shortly after I got elected, because we started trying to figure out how to make this from a state road perspective. We worked with DOT, went to a big meeting right here at Olive Baptist Church, found out the improvements they wanted to do and limit people's access was not at all what people wanted. They wanted the middle lane to be able to turn. So the state said, you know what, this may not be our deal. So we went a different direction. At that point, we actually traded this road with Airport Boulevard. Airport Boulevard was a county road. We traded that, became a state road now. We appreciate Michelle taking care of that now. But we took over Olive Road. It was some planned resurfacing. Olive was a little rough, if you remember back then. We got some resurfacing money the state had. We cobbled together a couple other sources, as Robert said, and eventually came up to this point. But it's a $12 million project. It is significant. It is drainage. It's safety, pedestrian, bike lanes, sidewalks. We had kids walking in the middle of the road going to school. So it's all of these things, plus sort of an added plus that we didn't really know was going to happen when we started this. If you remember, there was a warehouse and a house that was a veterinary office that was next to the skating rink here that was underwater probably 6 months out of the year. So again, we were able to reclaim that, get it into this drainage project. We also tied into other phases of the drainage project as we went further east of here. But a number of things happened with drainage. But part of it that was unexpected was the opportunity to create park amenity here. And I'm so excited to see what is finally finished, and certainly very happy for District 4, very happy for Robert to see this. I think this is a great amenity for our community as we go forward. But again, it was a lot of work that went into this. I see a lot of faces out there. Certainly Wes and Joy and Chris and everybody else, and Angela out there, and Michael Rhodes. Appreciate everything, the work to get us to this point, to finally getting this done. I left as I was leaving my county commission stint. I knew I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. I just was not at the end of the tunnel, and I'm glad to see what Robert's done since he's been here to get us to the end. This is a great project. I'm going to quit speaking and let us enjoy the music and cut the ribbon, but thank you for being here, and thank all of you who worked on this project, because you know how long this took to make this happen and get here, and it's just an exciting day for Escambia County, and very happy to have been a part of it. Michelle, did you want to say anything? All right. Well, I'll let Robert, you take it over and we'll cut the ribbon.
Thank you. Michelle doesn't want to say anything, but as Grover said, we wouldn't have been able to do that without the state's willingness to do the road swap. And I would like to highlight something that the state has done that impacts all of us here is the state came in and retimed Davis Highway a couple months ago. So some of you have probably seen an improvement with that. And they just started on Airport Boulevard this week. So we are thankful for them coming in over here and doing that. It makes the commutes easier, especially as we know how congested it can be. So we appreciate our partnership with the state and all that Michelle does for us in our area here. And just real quick, if you did have a part in this, please just come up and be recognized. I know I went through a lot of the names, but I would like for you to at least just come on up and be recognized, and then we'll go ahead and cut the ribbon right after that.
Every day.
So DRMP is here. Great. Well, anyway, on behalf of Escambia County, I do want to thank everybody that was involved with this. It's we don't really get a chance to thank everybody. It's part of our duties to plan this, but it's y'all's job, and so thank you for doing this, helping make our community better, fixing the problems that we had, and ultimately repaving the road, because it may have been the same road that I was using when I was getting driven to roller skating parties when I was 8.
That's
So,
right. Me too.
and that's what local government's about, is about improving our infrastructure. So, thank you so much for being here, and we'll go ahead and do the ribbon cutting.
You want to come down on the track?
Let's just.
With the garbage can and everything out.
Yeah, you're right. We'll do it in the sun. Well, actually, you got David also over there.
All right.
So, and let's, why don't we come on down to the walking, huh? Okay. All right, come on up, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's get our guys in here.
Here, Michelle, come on.
Are we gonna pretend like we're doing?
No, we're never gonna
I
fit.
never believe nobody lets me play with their
Grover's the expert on this.
Grover can tell you why they don't let me play with
Get
it.
up here with the impotent people.
They'll get the picture, and then they'll tell us they're going to go ahead.
Yeah, so we're
We're
gonna
getting
do
the pictures first.